Hi, Perry.
What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Hi, everybody. So, ordinarily, I wouldn't even come on. It was a very slow news day today. And I remember I told you guys I was going to stop doing stories I didn't give a damn about. So, it's been really slow. I did really slow and everything. And I thought, so I was watching YouTube. I was watching these two go back and forth. And I thought, well, let me just jump on and give my 5 cents. I might not even keep this video up when it's over. But it's just so damn ridiculous. I had to say something about it because me and Perry were going back and forth, and he was like, we shouldn't talk about this in private. We should talk about it in public so we could get paid. Is that bad?
Well, no, I mean, it's not even so much about getting paid. I say sometimes you get to express yourself.
Yeah, sometimes you got to express yourself. So let me get started because this is a serious situation. Now, you guys aren't going to know these people. They're from Australia, but they ran a family channel. The wife, her name was they're divorced right now, but the wife, her name was Nikki, and then the husband, his name was Jamie, and they had two little cute kids. She's Sudanese from Sudan. That's it. She's from Sudan, and he is from Australia, and they live in Australia. And they had been, oh my God, they have more than 1 million followers. They got a lot of followers. And so, they're pretty known if you are in the family channels. I think they dominated, but that was in the past. So then
I'm
now
not
they
a
have
family
broken
champ.
up,
Watch them.
and it has turned into a really bad shit show. And that's how divorces get sometimes. But the reason I'm doing this video today is because he's saying that she put her hands on him. And so this is a topic that's very close to my heart. I'm going to tell you guys why. Let me show you this. I have worked with people that go through DV. I mean, and they ain't playing. Do you guys remember my friend Jarita from Love and Hip Hop? She came on the show and she was talking about the things that she went through with Vinny putting his hands on her. It's no joke. It's real. People could lose their lives over
Right.
DV. This was one day knocked her out cold, and this was on my channel, my backup channel. That's what I'm doing. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna erase this video and put it on my backup channel. Knocked her out cold. I was so upset. Let me show you this. And she came on herself to talk about it. It's not like I'm outing her. This interview took place a while ago. She's still my friend, but I want people to know how serious. Look at the side of her face. It looks like she's holding.
Sharrell, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I mean mine lagged out for a few minutes.
Me too.
Or okay, okay, good.
I
Okay.
hate it when this happens. Let me
Yeah,
get
me too.
prepared for if it happens again. Hold on one second.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
So anyway, you guys, I was saying this looks like she has a golf ball.
Yeah, no, I mean the internet's acting up. People give us a second and we will figure this out. Because it's sort of like a serious issue, right? Like when people claim abuse, all this stuff, at a certain point, let's be real about it. Let's not be bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think this whole conversation about ready to go. When my wife come back,
Oh, can you hear me?
yeah, I can.
I think I'm just gonna stay on my phone because I don't have time for this.
Okay, you fine.
Oh, but then I can't show the pictures. My goodness.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back then. Let me put this up here. So if it happens again, I'm ready to go. You guys know I have horrible internet here. Horrible. And I didn't even think about it. Okay, so let me come out of that.
Sorry about the inconvenience, people.
I'm
She's working
sorry,
it up.
you guys.
Okay.
Anyway, I was saying that DV's not a joke. It's nothing you play with. It's nothing that you use for a weapon in court. I had showed you guys Drita's pictures, and look at this from the side. It looks like she has a golf ball in her mouth, but that is swelling. She got knocked out cold, woke up like she actually fainted, or what is the word? Like got blacked out from him hitting her so hard. And that was just one occasion. She talks about it. He punched her through a glass window. Her whole leg was cut up.
Right.
It's not a joke. So when I seen Jamie saying that Nikki puts her hands on him, I took it very, very seriously. I've been working with people that suffer from DV. I've interviewed people that suffer from DV. And to me, to be quite honest, he was not acting like a DV survivor or victim. I know that when I'm interviewing these women, they're crying,
Right.
they're shaking, and not just women. Another episode that we were dealing with, a female drove her car and hit him from the back. Remember that, Perry?
Yeah, I do.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
So it will be a low blow if you're using this for money. So I've dealt with DV victims before, and I know they're scared out of their mind. I also dealt with YouTubers who will do anything for $1. Anything for $1. So I'm going to show you guys their stories, and you come to your own conclusion. But for me, he's not acting like a DV victim. And never have I ever dealt with a DV victim when they talk about how much money they make or how much they've lost. And it just seemed really odd to me. So let me start from the beginning. So they are this famous YouTuber couple, and all of a sudden one day, they didn't even say what happened. They released this statement. Okay, hold on, let me see. It all got deleted because
Yeah, because the internet.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I have to do it all over.
Yeah, but it's a trip though. Like Sharrell, like I mean, like I was saying when you had blinked out, DV is a serious thing, right? So like nobody want to be accused of it just for profit.
So let's go through it. So they were a great couple. I love them, everything, and then they just came on one day and made this announcement.
Over the years, the only person who's ever been violent is you. Like, there's no reason for you to not trust me. Like, what have I?
That's the wrong one. They made an announcement on the phone, in writing, saying that they are no longer together. They didn't say what happened. They just said, respect their privacy like everyone does when they break up. And they didn't really say anything about it for an entire year. No, 3 years. They really didn't talk about it for 3 years. Now, let me see what video this is, because my screen blanked out. All of my videos are out of order.
Because you have a whole lot more to lose than me, yeah?
Family vlogger Jamie Perkins blasted his ex-wife on YouTube, exposing her for leaving him broke, abusing him, cheating on him, and using the kids against him.
So I don't even know if I can do this damn video now. All my things are out of order. All of a sudden, he puts this video up, and these two are arguing. And I think this is it right here. And he said that she attacked him. This is what got it all started. Now, they hadn't been talking about this for 3 years.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he put this video up. And let you guys look at it.
Nikki, Please leave the house.
Look at you.
Please leave. Please leave the house. Please leave the house. This is violence. You've got the kids in your hands. Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Leave the house.
Now, nobody should be putting their hands on anybody.
That's true.
But it looked like to me she knocked the phone out of his hand.
Right. Because he got the phone in her face, that baby's face, and he didn't record what the fuck he said before.
Well, that's
Okay.
yeah, that's another point. Like you just put up a half of a video and you're saying that she's violent and that she's been doing this to you for years, putting hands on you, but you didn't say what happened. So I was a little taken back because how can I judge a situation with half of the story?
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't make sense. Let me see what other video I have because these are out of order. Now, YouTube's very strict on about the things that you talk about. You guys know, and if we have a censor that we run things through, and they either okay it or deny it. And I'm telling you, they are a stickler. If YouTube didn't say anything about it, then it's, you know, I'm not saying it didn't get hit, but it didn't get our videos flagged. Let's see what video this is. Hold on.
But Jamie kept the family channel, and Nikki has her own separate channel called Simply Nikki, and she hasn't posted in 4 months, but she still gets a good amount of views. Plus, she has her following over on Instagram where she does sponsorships. So Nikki was able to still make a good amount of money on social media, even though she wasn't making content with Jamie. Nikki was also a model before she started her YouTube channel. Jamie was not able to sustain his lifestyle. He did continue to make those family type videos, but his views dropped off and he began to struggle financially.
That really concerned me, knowing that bit of information, because it sounded like you guys had an agreement. You were going to talk about it. Then all of a sudden this video appears and you're saying that she's violent and she puts her hands on you and she didn't do it once, but she did it a lot of times. Right. You have to think about money. It's a lot of people's motivator. So right there, her channel kept going. His did not. Go ahead, Perry. What are you going to say?
Now, that's the key you just said. You have to think about money. They announced this damn divorce a couple years ago.
3 years, yes.
Until his coward ass, because that's what he is in my book. No man that I ever known gonna go call 911, right? Do all this shit over somebody slapping a phone out your hand. Now, a lot of people in your audience are older. We don't have damn discussions going on. Shit got a little crazy, but not no fist hitting face. No crazy shit like that. But a phone, how weak are you as a man? How big of a coward are you?
Well, okay, you have to tell me where you're coming from with that, Perry. You're saying that men don't get hit?
No.
Or you're saying...
Hit, right? What I'm saying is most men can defend themselves, and some do get that. But then it comes out to be like that picture you showed of Jarita. He's not showing no evidence of a scratch on him, a swollen eye, nothing. He this video of her swatting the phone out, which he had in her face and her child. Right? I just feel that he's a coward. He's a liar. And most of all this stuff really truly come from, like you said, money. Money is the issue. And this is the issue right here.
Well, let me play a couple more videos. Let's move on to the next.
I've been an Uber driver. Some of you guys have, you know, you've gotten in my car and been like, wait, I know you. Why are you my Uber driver? But it's not earning enough to be able to provide for the girls the way I want to provide. So I've gotten to the point where I've realized I can't maintain the rent of the house that I'm in right now.
Now I found that very odd because this was just this was just allegedly right after she put her hands on him. He goes to the car. He's talking. He talked for an hour and a half, but he keeps talking about how embarrassing it is to be a Uber.
Well, no, I'm just saying, Sharrell, like,
You put an Uber sign
Well,
behind you.
because I'm gonna give you the base of the reason
Uh-huh.
why this coward is acting like this, right?
Mm.
You know, he had this house ninja that made him money. He just said to himself, okay, well, you know, I can't provide for women the way I used to because you was never the damn provider. You
I see what you mean. The kids and the wife made the show.
made the
And
show. I
yeah.
used to watch this show.
Mhm, mhm.
I thought it was unique. I said, good. You know what? I mean, because I'm not one of those racist people. Mixed couples shouldn't get together. I think it's a good thing because we all human at the end of the day,
Mm.
right? I said, well, that's pretty cool. But obviously now I'm starting to see a different side of them. A lot of marriages break up.
Mhm,
You get dumped while you're dating.
mhm,
But he made all this money when he was with her.
mhm.
Now he want to say, well, he, you know, abuse and all this.
Mhm.
Abuse wasn't stopping you when you was getting coins.
Right. Okay. I see what you're. Go ahead. You're saying that if it was that bad, as he's saying, number one, why are you on YouTube talking about it? Why aren't you in the courthouse trying to get them kids removed from this bad situation?
Right.
You don't leave your children around somebody that you call violent.
Mhm.
It makes no sense. And who picks up? And you hadn't been coming to YouTube all this time talking about it until you started having money problems, and you just said yourself you're embarrassed by being an Uber driver. So all these have to come in play. We watch these crime shows all the time. I know how YouTube is. He claims that he didn't monetize the video where he's saying that she put her hands on him. And okay, let's say she did. Let's say she did. And you came out now, and even though you guys agreed to leave this private, you can't bring things like this on social media and then expect people to stay out of your business. That's not how it works. Let's play a little bit of. So he made a response video, an hour and a half, which he claimed she was dangerous and volatile and had mood swings and don't come on here. And then he announced that, well, she cheated on me. She cheated on me. Perfectly calm about it. You see how he's talking perfectly calm about it. Okay, let's say I thought that was okay. It rubbed me the wrong way because I said, you know, at this point, the only people that usually get a raw deal out of a divorce is the children.
Right.
So let me play today some things that really.
What you're saying is
Hmm?
that when he said that, he was really calm.
Mhm.
So are you telling me you more upset about her? I mean, like, to me, he more upset about an ass whipping, somebody swiping the phone out your face 3 years ago than somebody cheating on you. I think the cheating part would go deeper. I'm just saying.
Well, let's just but I was very concerned because he said he took the video down and he discontinued the comments. Then all of a sudden he puts the video back up, and now because she came out, but she didn't make a video, she was just responding to what he was saying, and she went on IG and she put it in her stories. It only lasts a couple hours and then it's off because you have to remember whatever video they leave up there, their children can be made aware of it. So this video really, and this he just put this out probably about 4 hours ago. Well, let's take a listen to this, and I'm going to stop and talk through this. Okay.
Okay.
Last time I ever speak on this subject, regardless of what happens next, what's said next, I will be remaining silent from here on.
But you said that before, Jamie. You said you weren't going to talk about it before. So I don't even understand what's the reason for this second video. I really don't.
He wants something said so he can have a social media argument where he can profit from it from sympathy.
Listen, I'm a blogger. I know you got 600,000 views on the other video you put up. That's quite a bit of money to help you pay your rent that you said that you were behind in, and the mortgage you said you couldn't pay. So why are you back? This is not good for your children. Let it die. But he has more to say, and this is what he said today.
But I felt like I needed to clear a few things up and respond to Nikki's allegations against me and a lot of the lies that she told. For one, the reason that I took the video down wasn't because I felt like people didn't believe me. At the point where I turned the comments off, the comments about her were horrible. And I felt like a hypocrite because I had asked people not to harass her.
And that's another thing. He says that he doesn't want people to harass her or talk bad about her or think bad about her. But then what are you doing? You are doing what you're asking other people not to do. It makes no sense. If you don't want the public to turn their back on her or judge her, then why do you keep bringing it up?
That's the only
people can be very manipulative when it comes to money. If you want this dead and you don't want people judging your family or saying bad things about Nikki, then why do you keep talking about it? You're manipulative.
in
my opinion. Let's keep
a sad excuse for a man.
I mean, he's playing the victim and he's acting concerned, but the only people that are talking bad about Nikki is you. The public had let this die. It was 3 years ago.
With a bullshit ass videotape and a couple of text messages. He ain't showed you a black eye, a swollen neck, not a damn thing. This guy is upset because I guess we'll get to it in the video. Like this time.
And that's another thing. I've worked with DV victims. You have injuries. I don't see your injuries, Jamie. Let me keep going.
That was exactly what was happening. So I turned the comments off. Obviously, that didn't make a difference and it became a little bit overwhelming. It went viral and I decided to take the video down. And ever since, I've been off the internet. I haven't even been checking the comments. Friends have been telling me what's been going on, but I've just stayed offline ever since. I've decided to respond to some of Nikki's allegations and to also put the video back up because everything that I said in that video is true and can be fact-checked.
So if you put it back up, you know exactly what you're doing. You said you didn't want anybody to talk bad about her.
Right. And
why leave the video up?
He's lying, Sharrell. He said, oh, I stopped the comments. I don't look at comments. I went to respond on some of the comments. Either you watch the damn comments or you don't. And I think if you disable the comments, it was people like me that was calling you a bitch. Because ain't no way a man gonna come and tell me, oh, my wife jumped me. No, I don't see nothing wrong with you. Just leave the house. Relationships go bad. Ain't nothing wrong with you, but your cash cow has left. Without her, you ain't shit, Jamie. And that's a girl name anyway, bitch.
This is so offensive. Somebody's really tripping here. They're saying, you're just saying that because Nikki's black.
Okay. Well,
oh my God. Are you serious, Adrian, right now?
So I'm just saying this, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, I don't give a fuck. Look, if you're going to yell abuse, show me some evidence.
Yeah.
Now, the person who just said that because he's black, maybe you just saying it because he's white.
Oh.
Because, you know, we do have those kind of people in this world.
Oh, Terry. Okay.
Right? I mean, you know, don't come at me with this crap about this. Show me evidence. When you go to court, give me something. Don't give me no sorrow story on how you had a wife that you probably got just because you thought that would make you popular, in which it did. And then it breaks up. Now you want to call her all these other names. You wasn't calling her this shit when y'all was making a lot of money. Not a one thing.
It looks very bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
When they was making all that money, he wasn't saying a damn thing. I know people get scarred and whatever and just be like, well, you know, it's a bad relationship. I tried to maintain it through it. You ain't been with her in a couple years.
Adrian saying
with her, why the fuck you gonna speak now?
Ooh, Adrian's asking, do we know the story? I've watched them for years. I used to watch them with Jenny Jenkins. I've watched them for years. I know the complete story. Perry used to watch with me. So what you have to do is look at both sides, start looking at motives and angles. Why is this happening? Because at the end of the day, I think the entire audience knows it's not good for your children to watch this go down.
And
It's
Sharrell, let me
not
say this.
good. You
me
have to
say
be
this.
mature enough to realize we have children's here.
And look, I'm gonna say this. And if all this stuff actually happened, and he crying about it 3 years ago like a bitch right now, right?
Oh my God, Perry.
Then I think that he would have said something back then. That's just my look at it, right? He would have said something then. If you a crybaby boy now, you would be a crybaby boy then. Just simply saying. So I don't got time for us to try to justify. Like I said, Uber is his problem. He'll get into Uber
Yeah, let's keep going.
on how he want to do all this shit. But to me, he's unbecoming of a man. And that's what I got to say about it. And as a man, that fend for myself, and we ain't going through all this. Oh, well, you don't know the whole story. Well, do you?
Okay, Perry, let me keep playing this. Wow.
We spoke about things that I have receipts for. I knew people wouldn't believe me. And unfortunately, this is why most men who've been through some of the stuff that I've gone through never speak out, because they're scared people won't believe them. And if they don't have evidence, people don't believe them. If they have
Right.
Listen, I worked with a lot of DV victims. Not only are they emotional, they don't care about what the public thinks. So it's obvious you've been watching and you know that everyone was saying, well, this doesn't make sense. And now you're here to clear it up. So you really want the public sympathy. That's another reason I'm going, what's going on here? Most DV victims are going through emotions. I mean, it's a horrible thing that happens. I mean, it shell shocks you. I don't think you give a damn if the public believes you or not. Now you're going tit for tat. It doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense, and what Perry's trying to say, is you're making these videos for cash. If it's that important, why aren't you at the courthouse trying to get full custody of your children? If you're going to leave them in the house with a violent person, why aren't you getting custody of your children? And why is your first reaction to come to YouTube? I don't understand it. Most people handle divorces behind closed doors, because the minute you bring this to YouTube, you can't take it back. You just can't take it back.
I understand what his mission is. He's selling Girl Scout cookies.
I can't, Perry.
Okay.
Perry.
Right? No. He's selling it for sympathy, right?
Oh my God.
Oh, well, nobody will believe a man if they don't have evidence. That's the same reason I don't believe your ass today. If you saying slapping a phone at your hand is abuse, then to me, I mean, I'm just saying, when you had the camera in her face, if you were so afraid, why don't you tighten up your ponytail and take your ass to the other room?
Perry! Perry, let's get through the video. Let's keep going. Wow.
evidence, people question, well, what did you do first? How were you at fault? What did you do to cause the reaction that you got? And that's pretty much what people have been saying. Nikki told a lot.
Now, you said you didn't watch. How do you know what people are saying?
Yeah,
I just wanted to point that out.
A lot of lies, and a lot of the lies that she told were lies that she knows I have the receipts to back up and show that they're lies, which is the most confusing part of it all. Like, for example, she said that if that intervention order had have gone through, that she wouldn't be able to come within 200 meters of the children. And this is entirely untrue. As you can see, this is from the intervention order, and it speaks about children. And I'm going to read it because I want to get the wording.
And let me say this. For me, this comes across as you want to win in the court of public opinion.
Right.
You're going tit for tat now. I don't get this. You claim that you're worried about your children, and you said in the previous video that you have to, what's the word? Protect your children. But what are you doing right now? What are you doing? You're trying to play this out in the court of opinion. This is why you should never, ever, ever have brought these things to the internet. You should have took them to a judge.
And then he says, Sharrell, oh, well, because, you know, all these things that happen, I have receipts. Okay. Receipts of court filings of y'all separation, custody stuff. Where's the proof of your ass whipping? That initial abuse that made you go there, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Well, the whole thing is this, seriously. For anybody to understand, I know this shit do happen in real life.
It does.
Right? As a man, as calm as you can be, wanting to act like Dr. Phil right now.
Do you feel dirty? Do you feel cheap?
Do you want me to believe that you don't have the whereabouts to say, okay, I'm in an abusive relationship, let me just leave? Because you awful calm and got it figured out now while you working for damn Uber. Is that the problem? I think Uber is your problem, homeboy. You went from riches to rags. That's the issue.
I will say this. I have dealt with victims of DV. I've been in front of somebody where the man knocked out her 2 front teeth just right in front of us.
He got all
It
his.
was so disturbing. When the cops came, she had blood everywhere, and I'll never forget it. And I get emotional thinking about it now. Like, getting the phone knocked out of your hand is not polite. But when he knocked my friend's teeth cold out of her mouth, I did not pick up and start filming. I called 911 and we ran and we got the hell out of there.
Right.
And that's every DV victim that I've worked with, including Jarita. When they tell the story, they're shaking, they're crying, they're not worried about what people think.
Yep. And right now, he ain't worried about nothing that happened 3 years ago.
Oh my God!
I
3 years ago. What the hell he worried about is, how can I pay this rent off my Uber paycheck? Let me go and attack this chick that I'm trying to discredit the whole time. You was fine with her when y'all was together. She was fine with you. She ain't out here talking shit about you, whether she beat your ass or not. But the problem is,
true.
You just broke, ain't got shit, and you gonna blame it on the other party. And I would call it another name to be truly real about it.
All right, let's keep going, Perry, for you lose your marbles. Yeah. Hold on.
Correct. It says, this order allows you to communicate about your children or spend time with the children. You can only do this in a way that is currently allowed by a current, and it has a few different options, but ours would be B, parenting agreement. At this point in time, we had a temporary parenting agreement that her lawyer had written up and I had agreed to under protest. And this was the one that had me as an every second weekend dad.
Now, let me say this.
Wow.
He went to court. Everything got assigned. Everything got divvied up. It is what it is. Court is over. Now he's trying to say he felt that he had to sign this agreement. He might even use the word under duress. Why would you sign something when you didn't agree with it? See, this doesn't make sense, because coming to the public talking about it is not going to help you. That's why I said you're trying to be right in the court of public opinion. Where you actually get court rulings and things handled is in court. You agree to these things. You signed the paperwork. See your signature right down there, Jamie? Don't try to get explained out of it. You agreed to it. Now you have problems with it. And not only do you have problems with it, you have problems with it on camera. Let's keep going.
The reason that I had agreed to this was because I had been advised if I didn't agree to this, then I may not be able to see the children at all until I sorted everything out. So I decided it was better than nothing.
So you mean to tell me that that was something that you didn't tell the judge? I'm being forced. I feel under duress. But you're perfectly fine with talking about it in public. So listen, people. I've dealt with DV victims, and I've also dealt with YouTubers, and they get extremely greedy. And there's nothing that some bloggers won't do for cash. You were perfectly fine, no complaints when your channel was going good. That's when you should have talked about it.
Yep, you had millions of people watching until you had to make that Uber run and you got tired.
I'm just saying.
And then you realized that this chick was your saving grace. Because on your own, you wasn't shit.
Okay, period. Let me say,
and you ain't gonna be shit.
The timing is very suspect because you knew that everybody was going to get involved. I know when I go online and talk about something that people are going to have opinions, people are going to get involved. Some people get very emotional about. I know as a blogger, every time I say something, the public's going to respond. So right there, you cannot play that game that you didn't know that people were going to talk bad about Nikki. You're a blogger. I'm a blogger. Stop lying. So I don't know what's going on with you here, but right there is a bold-faced lie. I'm a blogger. I know if I have an opinion in writing, people respond. I don't even have to show my face. So come on. So you're playing victim. You said she's been coming to your house for years, jumping on you. That's what he said, punching him. So I don't know what it's like in Australia, but if you call the police here, and they see marks on you, they take that other person to jail. So your allegations are very, very serious. I want to see the bruises she put on you. Because you had a wherewithal to start filming. You didn't film what led up to the argument that you claim was 3 hours. So I can't just take your word for it, because in making a decision, I have to see both sides. So far, it's all coming from your side.
That's it.
Had this intervention order gone through, the parenting agreement would have stayed in place. I still would have been an every second weekend dad, and she would have continued seeing the children as often as she already was. The only caveat was that if they were to witness family violence, that there would be consequences, legal consequences. And I wanted the children protected and sheltered from witnessing.
So you have something in place that say that if you see family violence, they will step in. Why are you coming here talking to us about it? Why ain't you at the courthouse talking about it?
I mean,
if she's as violent as you're saying, you make sure you're safe and your mom, but you leave your children in the hands of a maniac.
Yeah. And see, like, this don't add up with his story. He wants us to believe. Now, they've been separated for a few years now. But during those times, while he was getting his ass whooped, according to the coward, right? You didn't want to protect your kids then? And now, years later, when your ass broke, working for Uber, where you're tired, you feel like nobody respects you no more. We used to know you on the channel. Now you driving Uber. Now you want to attack her. Is your ego bruised? Look. You need to stop this bullshit. I mean, because you know what? If she did all this, you should have said no a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Now you want to bring your ass on here for sympathy because she moved on. You lonely because you can't afford no other women. Right? Now you want to criticize her. She ain't blowing up your IG. If she was, you would have showed it. You don't show the clips that you wanted to show of her slapping the phone out your damn hand that you had in her face. Mm-hmm. That's abusive. To me, when you having a private conversation talking about some shit, your ass is going to break out a camera and stick it in her face and your child's face. Yeah. And if you really wanted to protect your kids, you should have did that as a man a long time ago. Go ahead.
Sheila says he's not considering how these videos can be damaging to his children. They're very damaging. That's why, not just their channel. You got to be very careful, these family channels, when you bring your children into this, because first of all, they're helping you make money. So there's, they don't have control over it. They can't tell you, I don't want to be on the channel today, or, they've been filming them since birth. Before Nikki even got pregnant. This is very dangerous when you make your children a part of your income. It's very, very dangerous. I know some people feel it's okay, but I would never put my children through that. I wouldn't even let my children be child actors or actresses. They're too young. They have to have a childhood. Can't put a camera in their face from the moment that they're born. It's damaging for the child. If you hear these people talking when they get older, they're like, we had no choice. We had to do this. We didn't have a normal childhood. You can't slap a camera in a child's face. And so he gets upset, Jamie, because she doesn't want the children recorded anymore. And he was like, oh, we had such a great time. We were recording. Times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a divorce. And if you think they're not dealing with the effects of the divorce, then you're fooling yourself. It affects you deeply. And sometimes divorces scar children. So that's why I don't even think this is a smart move that you're making this public. What about your children's feelings? What about you're putting them through trauma? You're telling them, mommy's not a good person. She ain't shit. She beats on me.
Mm-hmm.
Their friends watch these videos. Their family watch these videos. What are you doing? Let's keep going.
Well, no, I would say this, Sharrell. Like, I know you'll say, how's this helping the kids? Well, people in the chat, some of them, I say, well, I'm being too harsh on them. No, I'm not. I'm just saying a man should provide for his kid the day of birth for their lifetime. That's just my thing. Don't be a coward for 3 or 4 years, go broke, and then act like you want to protect your kid, but really you want to go after the ex because since she left, you ain't been shit. Okay. I'm just saying, like, let's keep it real. You ain't shit but an Uber driver that want to be on YouTube, and you want things to be back the way they used to be. But you didn't make that show. I would not have went on that show just to watch you. Y'all was a couple raising a family, doing blogs. Mm-hmm. You can say you doing all this. Mm-hmm. You did it. Hey, people look at me. I'm different. You want to be different. Mm-hmm. Let me get this black chick so I can look different in Australia. Let me make this money because I'm this guy. And I can come across sincere like I care about the other race. You showing me right now you don't give a damn about the other race. You care about your pocket and how many Uber deliveries or rides you get to give per day.
Okay, wait. Let me say this, Perry. Is there a chance that you're different? You're a man. You take care of your kids.
I'm talking about a man, Sharrell. I get that. I'm just saying women do what they want to. Men love women. Bad and good. But I'm just saying as a man, I just don't see that he's a man. I think he's a coward.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You come from a different breed, a whole different country. You were raised totally different. It could be maybe because he's not American, and you're almost like pick yourself
Sharrell,
up by your.
Sharrell, I've been to Australia a couple times.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I could have been out there with the damn kangaroos. I don't give a damn. I know a punk when I see one, and that's just saying.
Okay, let me go on because you need to pipe down. Let's keep going.
Family violence, and that's why they were on the order. Nikki did come to court. She made a counter intervention order against me. To this day, I have no idea what she wrote on it. It was suggested that we just sign an undertaking, which is one step below an intervention order. And I wasn't putting the intervention order in place to hurt her. I was putting the intervention order in place to protect myself and the kids. So it made sense for me to just sign this and have her sign it as well. Nikki flat out said she has never hit me during an altercation. If that's true, why would she be apologizing for hitting me? And this was just one of the many occasions that I went through something like this. The Disney.
Again, he's going to go word for word. He's just, because I'm running out of time. I want to speed up to the part where he goes off about her not allowing the children to film, because all of this, Jamie, should have been handled in court. You signed paperwork and made deals, and this is how it's supposed to go. And now you're crying about it, and you're claiming you were signing something under duress because if you didn't sign it, you weren't going to see your kids again. But so you decide to be quiet in court, but come make videos about it. Make it make sense. When you're in court, you're supposed to take care of these things. Let me try to see if I can speed it up, because he's pissed because she's not letting them children let him film the children anymore. And she's doing that because she's a mother. Things have changed. Aren't you thinking about every time you go on camera, these things can't be taken back? They have school people they go to school with, people they don't even know, judging them. That's hard. So maybe she made the mistake. But right now, after a divorce, your children are at their most vulnerable. They are hurt, whether you two see it or not. Divorces play very hard for children. They destroy. I remember like it was yesterday, and my parents had split. I was a grown-ass woman, and it's painful. Perry, you went through a divorce. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? So you can't scream how you love your children, but then you come on camera and you demean their mother. Let me see if I can speed this up.
We wouldn't have otherwise got to do. Either we wouldn't have been able to afford them, or they've just been once in a lifetime type opportunities that we've been very blessed to have. Wouldn't allow us to go. The reason I offered her the trip, kids being in the vlogs, it's something that came up after we broke up. If you've ever watched my vlogs, you would know how much my kids love being in the videos. Over the years, we've got to have so many amazing experiences because of YouTube. We've got to do things that we wouldn't have otherwise got to do. Either we wouldn't have been able to afford them, or they've just been once in a lifetime type opportunities.
And there you go, bingo. That's what we're really doing here. That's what this is about. You're an Uber driver, your money's not coming in, you need those kids. Shame on you. Shame on you. You need to make money off of your children who is going through a very hard time. Do you think you and Nikki are the only ones that are emotional and raw and feeling devastated by this divorce? But you want your children to squash all of their feelings, come on you, pretend to be happy so you can make money. And I would have thought, well, you know, he's just telling his side of the story. But you keep harping on these kids filming. And I'm a little
It's all about money.
suspicious.
It's all about money. And then Nikki probably just simply saying, not all relationships work out. And it's terribly, terribly bad when you have kids involved. But Nikki probably sitting there not saying anything about you and wants you to grow up and be a man, be a father that you should be, instead of being a money grubbing whore.
Okay, let me reword that. So Perry is like a very strong man's man, and not everybody's like that, Perry. You have to remember that. Tori says, thanks for making me laugh. Tori, I do not know who the hell they are anyway. Thank you, Toria. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Let me say this. You're putting your children in a very difficult spot. Let them heal. Let them be children. They might have enjoyed it before, but life has changed. Things have changed. You need to stay off the internet. Your children need to stay off the internet. Nikki has been staying off the internet. She has not posted in months. Let these children get used to the new normal. And if that means you have to drive a damn Uber, then that's what it means. But stop traumatizing your children, because I guarantee you, when they get older, you're going to hear about how you forced them to do this, you forced them to do that. You guys have already shattered their lives, whether you know it or not. A divorce devastates children. Or why don't you do this, Jamie? If you want them filming so bad, go back to court and get a court order. How about that? Because no court is crazy enough to let you film their pain. That's what Perry's trying to say. That's why he's getting upset. And he's saying, if you don't, look, people think Perry always had money. Perry is self-made. And there's been times when we were in our 20s when Perry had to cover, when he got out the military, he had 2 jobs to support us. 2. And that's what he's mean. He's telling you, Jamie, as even if it hurts your pride, you're talking about you're ashamed when people get in the car and recognize you. You got to do what you got to do. You should turn around and tell them people, I'm taking care of my children on the honest way, and then keep on driving to their destination. What kind of shit is that you're embarrassed when they get in the car talking about, aren't you Jamie from YouTube?
Mhm.
You're taking care of your children. Don't make money off of your kids. Get off the internet. You got something to say to Nikki, call. And y'all have at it in private. But to make this public, I think you're looking for money. Go ahead, Perry, really quickly. Go ahead. Perry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, no,
Go ahead.
Sharrell, I mean,
Wrap
look,
this up.
you're exactly right. Like I said, my bottom line with this guy, huh? Say what now? Or the internet dragon?
I think
Can you
so.
hear me?
Yeah. I
Sharrell, can you hear me?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just simply saying, like, at the end of the day, people can say, oh, well, you judging them wrong. Well, you judge them right. Okay. When a relationship go bad, typically it's not one person totally fault, it's both people. You know, they relax on the boundaries or here or there, they allow certain things that get out of control. I'm not here to blame neither one of them for the breakup. But after the breakup, if she went by her business and taking care of the kids and you about your business, be that. Move on with your life, right? But my problem with him is that now that his life, he's looking through her window, and on the outside, the grass is always greener. Her life looks so much better than his, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, how can that ninja have this kind of life and I don't? It pisses him off at the core. I sacrifice those times going back to my community, being with you, and I'm not making money. So now he's not making money off of it. So he's not making money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now he wants the kids to try to regenerate his channel without her.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna put this on my backup channel. My backup channel is called Sharrell's World 2, the number 2. Also, we're gonna go on there tomorrow and review the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, and I'm sorry everything went out. So thank you guys. I got to end it here. Bye, everybody.